Welcome back, everybody. As we creep closer and closer to the end of the game, there's still a little bit left to do just in terms of miscellaneous side quests. I'm also steadily working on the Dragon Revenant's Covenant. When you turn in a total of 20 dragon scales, you get the Dragon Torso Stone, which does this. Puts you in the full set of Black Dragon armor, even though it's golden. And like the Dragon Headstone, it does have a secondary function if you use it again while transformed. Now, unlike the Dragon Headstone, that alternate function is actually kind of useful. You do this sort of power-up shout, and you start to sort of glow a little bit, and all of your physical damage is increased for not very long, but it's useful enough if you get a chance to use it.
Well, you're nicely hollowed, aren't you? Are you tormented by memories? Burdened by guilt? Now the question, are you ready for more? If you are, then we ought to talk. This contains my power. Long ago, this naive vessel of mine set about devising new spells. The fool dreamt of bringing new forms of magic into the world. But instead, he created me. Mostly by chance, but he did a fine job, I must say. What he sought was strength, and so I decided to demonstrate. While my vessel slept, I'd find my mark and hunt him down. But my vessel did not approve, and so while I slept, he sealed the both of us away. No, I don't have anything against humans, but how is it that you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me. How can that be so wrong? So what say you to a spot of murder on my behalf? If you don't, I'll leave this place and take more lives. Many more. I couldn't give a fig either way, so what's your choice? Yes, I see how very kind of you. I want you to kill a merchant named Gilligan. A greedy, foul man. He won't be missed, I assure you. Yes, bring me a ladder miniature as proof. Is the only person who'd have such an odd knick-knack.
So this is Royal Sorcerer Navlaan, or the being that lives inside of him. If you approach him while you are alive, then he has not a lot to say to you. He simply tells you to go away. If you approach while hollowed, however, then he is more than happy to talk to you about surreptitious acts. Now, given that he gave us the ultimatum of him eventually breaking free and killing more people, it's probably in our best interest to play along for now. Now, to complete this assassination side quest, you can certainly kill all the guys that he tells you to. However,
Come to see Owl Gilligan, have ya?
it is much cleverer instead to fool him. There is an alternate way to fulfill all of his objectives.
Cheers for that.
For instance, you can simply buy the ladder souvenir off of Gilligan. Since Navlaan is locked up in a box, he won't know the difference. Therein is revealed the purpose of that mysterious trinket, found so long ago in Earthen Keep. It was slightly cheaper then, too. Maybe we should have killed him. Nah. So this assassination side quest is not particularly difficult, but it requires a couple things of you. Not the least of which just schlepping around.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it. Now let's discuss our next mark. I want you to kill one more. Your target will be Kale, the man who's drafting that map. While I was trapped in here, he touched me, that maniac, like I was some rare specimen. He wore a strange helm. Bring it back as proof. Yes, I knew I could count on you. Perhaps this will slake my thirst.
So the next target is Kale the Cartographer. And prior to the fairly recent Scholar of the First Inn patch, you could not actually do this the non-violent way before beating the game. However, they changed something around that I will elaborate as we go and find him. Like many NPCs, Kale will give you his armor set if you fulfill a certain set of requirements for him. Kale's requirements are to light all of the fires on the map in the basement. Now, before Scholar of the First Sin, to do this you had to defeat the final boss. However, they changed it so that now you only need to defeat the Throne Watcher. And the Throne Defender, of course. Meaning that you can actually complete this quest pretty much as soon as it's available.
Even more flames have appeared. I don't know what causes it. It seems that all the flames have been lit. It makes me feel somehow... Wait. What am I doing here? Who are you again? Fate brought us together for a reason. Take these, and may they help you on your travels. It seems that all the flames have been lit. It makes... Wait, who are you again?
And that's all there is for Cartographer Kale. He gives you his armor set and sends you on your way. And the curse has gotten him quite badly, it seems, or maybe he's just always that forgetful. Either way, with his helm now in our possession, we can go at least report that we have killed him. After each successful, quote-unquote, kill, Navlaan will actually give you a reward. The first one was this spelling ring, which I think we found the improved version of back in L.A.M. Lois, but I'd have to double check that, because there's a bunch of rings like that, with similar names. As a small kindness, Navlaan's chamber is completely unguarded, so it's a simple trek back and forth from the bonfire. Would have been nice if they could have just put one beside him, but, you know, they can only do that if they fill the room with mummies or something.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it. Now let's discuss our next mark. I want you to kill one more. Your target is Felkin the Hexer. As proof, bring me that peculiar scepter of his. What do you say? Yes, very good. But he will be formidable. Be cautious.
So the peaceful solution for Felkin's hit is actually you don't need to go talk to him at all. In fact, you have never needed to interact with him, because his peculiar scepter is the Sunset Staff, which we found outside in this very courtyard guarded by the Mimic. Now, while it'd be difficult to know that this is actually his staff, it still works.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it. Now let's discuss something of importance. You could kill a dozen like that and it wouldn't matter. I want you to kill someone of import. I want you to kill the girl in Majula, known as the Muse. They say that she is the last firekeeper, but they say a lot of things. That she's a gentle shepherd, lighting the way for you cursed fools. Nonsense. Once she is dead, I will have no regrets, and I will be content to remain here. The girl will have a peculiar feather. Bring it to me. Now go along.
Well, that's not a problem.
Yes, that's the feather. Good. Oh, that is very good. Your reward. Take it. What do you require? You've been good to me. Go on. Tell me what you need. These are for you. Don't mind the specks of blood. Now I am at peace. I will sit here and watch the world turn.
Thus concludes Navlaan's quest.
I will...
He turns into a merchant and will give you the Chaos set, which has very high fire resistance. Sorry. He also sells a couple of knickknacks. Most usefully, I think, the destructive great arrows and the lightning and fire great arrows. It's a slightly more convenient spot than Vengarl, and he is pretty much the only source of the elemental variety. He's also got some other stuff, as well as great magic weapon and strong magic shield. The equipment he sells is fairly useful for casters, but for us, it's not really anything of note. This quest is the only way to get a couple of unique sorceries, which are Forbidden Sun, which is a pyromancy that you get for completing the Felkin hit, and Unleash Magic, which you get at the conclusion of the quest. We can't use Unleash Magic, but Forbidden Sun is pretty cool. Given that this is a very easy quest to complete, I would recommend that everybody do it at some point, simply because having access to either Forbidden Sun or the Great Arrows is probably good for most characters. Also, we get a lovely view of our Black Dragon helmet, which you might notice has 3 eyes. How curious is that? There must be a reason. But perhaps that is for a different game entirely. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being coy again. Before we close out this episode, I would like to actually demonstrate Forbidden Sun, because it's pretty frickin' strong. If you actually do elect to go fight Falcon, that is the spell he will use against you primarily, instead of, hexes like you might expect. Now, Forbidden Sun only has one use, and it takes up 3 attunement slots, but that one use is pretty impressive. Let's test it out on one of these weird things. Basically, it has the wind-up and damage of a combustion with the range and AoE of a great fireball. If you go through a bunch of playthroughs, you can actually stack it and just sort of machine gun them out, and it's kind of hilarious. But that is for another time. Until we reach that point, if ever, I bid you farewell.